The ethnic Tibetan. The Tibetan people are indigenous to Tibet and surrounding areas stretching from Central Asia in the north and west to Myanmar and China proper in the east. Recent genetic studies indicate that the ancestors of the Tibetan people diverged from the ancestors of the Han Chinese about 5,000 to 6,000 years ago and migrated south and west into the Himalayas, mingling with another population group from Central Asia before spreading over Tibet. Spoken Tibetan, typically classified as a Tibeto-Burman language, has three major local dialects: Central Tibetan, Kang, and Amdo. The classical written form of the Tibetan language, created early in the 7th century, is a major regional literary language, used particularly in Buddhist literature. Until the 20th century, the Tibetan people were primarily farmers and pastoral nomads, with a clearly delineated peasantry and elite landowning class. The harsh conditions under which they lived endangered a reliance on a greater power, and a deep respect for spiritual values which is still evident in their lifestyle today. Most Tibetans observe Tibetan Buddhism and a collection of native traditions known as Bon, also absorbed into mainstream Tibetan Buddhism. The Tibetan Lamas, both Buddhist and Bon, play a major role in the lives of the Tibetan people, conducting religious ceremonies and taking care of the monasteries. Tibet was forcibly incorporated into the People's Republic of China in 1950. The Tibetans are one of the largest of 56 nationalities officially recognized by China to constitute the Songhua Minzu or Chinese nation, although in anthropological terms they could be regarded as comprising more than one ethnic group. It is generally agreed that Tibetans share a considerable genetic background with Mongols, although other primary influences exist. Some anthropologists have suggested an Indo-Shishan component and others a Southeast Asian component, both are credible given Tibet's geographic location. A recent genetic study of Tibetan Y chromosomes suggests that about 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, a subgroup of the Proto-Sino-Tibetan people who had settled in the Yellow River Valley diverged from the ancestors of the Han Chinese and migrated, probably following the Zhang or Mian corridor, from the upper Yellow River region westward to Qinghai province and then southward to the Himalayas. The subgroup, called the Proto-Tibeto-Burman people, crossed the Himalayan mountains and reached the southern Himalayan area, peopling Bhutan, Nepal, northeastern India, and northern Yunnan. After mingling with another population group, possibly from Central Asia, some of them entered the Himalayas and eventually expanded all across Tibet. This theory is supported by archaeological and linguistic evidence. The Tibetan language is a member of the Tibeto-Burman branch of the Sino-Tibetan language family.